this is Michelle Holang, the Real Sparkle Diva, and it is the 46th episode. Tonight, I'd like to talk to you about stress because why? It's a big thing. It's something that we can't control, that it's not a weakness. It's something that happens to us because we're human, right? So, of a survey of 400 CEOs, BusinessInsider.com found that 55% of these CEOs faced mental health challenges over the past year, and 52% reported that their workplace was had toxicity in it. And it's not just leaders; it's just the population in general. Because even in Canada, the government of Canada reported that 8 to 8.5% of adults reported moderate to severe PTSD symptoms in the past month. And this is a growing phenomenon where we need to take control. We need to try something different. And what can we try? Einstein said everything is energy and vibration. And so let's think about that a minute. Stress is a big issue. And what is stress? For me, I decided when I was very young, and rightly or wrongly so, that stress wasn't a word that applied to me. Because I felt, even as a youngster, I felt that stress had a very big morphic field. Even as a child, I kind of had that. I'm gonna let someone in here. Had ever, people had that big field of stress, had such a big heaviness to the word that I didn't want to use it. And so I forbid use of that word, but stress is a definitely a word that means something to a lot of people. It means that it's a response to when there are things that are happening in your life and you have this feeling that you have no control over. You have this feeling that you're out of control of yourself. And so what can you do about it? Well, the normal way of dealing with stress is to take meds, drugs, to also do it with nutritional supplements, which is a more natural way. And the other way to deal with stress is to, meditate and do all those good things to get yourself centered. What I'd like to suggest right now is that, we've had a long day today. So to just sit, get comfortable, and just put your feet on the floor maybe, and just get seated, wiggle around, and close your eyes for a minute and take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in through the nose and just feel yourself uh, welcoming this light from the heavens. And just feel it coming in, allow it in, and breathe it in. And just as you do that, feel yourself relax. Allow yourself to relax from the head all the way down. Feel yourself, if you're tense in the jaw, just relax your jaw muscles, and then so forth. If you're tense in the neck, just kind of turn gently. If you're tense in the shoulders, again, move gently. And what is happening here is there's a frequency that I carry. And I've just recently started to acknowledge that that is what is happening here. There's a frequency, and I call it sparkle chi frequency. And there's a frequency that is there in the room, across the waves, across the hundreds and thousands of miles if we're separated, like a few of you, because I see there's a few of you here, and there's a person in Las Vegas, another one in Toronto. And as you do that, just allow all of that to leave, whatever it is that's causing you this tension, to leave through the window, through the door, and through the cord at the bottom of your feet to your own special crystal. And what we're going to do a bit later is we're going to do a sparkle segment. In the sparkle segment, we'll do a sparkle session. I'll give a little bit of a sparkle chi blessing to all of you. But right now, what I wanted to bring your attention to is stress is caused by what? By change. when there's a change or an event, something that changed, um, just disrupted your field. It disrupted what you were doing. It disrupted what was happening, where you were thinking you were in life. And then this, whatever that was, happened, and then this puts us into this state that sometimes it feels heavy. Sometimes it feels like the flight and fight, that panic feeling, that feeling of just wanting to run and get away. Sometimes it feels heavy. Sometimes it just feels like you want to scream because there's so much going on, you don't know what to do. It's just everything's coming at you, and that you have this feeling of just, it's like Grand Central Station. It feels like there's so many things you don't even know what to focus on. And as you're in that space right now, I just want you to take a breath. Remember to take a breath. When those things are coming at you hard and fast, I want you to remember to take a breath and just tune in to your heart space. Feel your heart beating. Maybe even put your hand on your chest and feel it. And just, if it's beating hard, like crazy, beating, just hold it and just say, I'm here. We're okay. We're safe. And just feel that. Send love to your heart. From your heart into your heart. From your whole essence there, with your hand holding you safe. And just feel that. And then as you do that, I want you to just breathe in and realize something, that you're okay really right now. Everything is happening, but you're okay. You're safe. And now the key thing with stress is to get your mind to quieten and to connect and to ground and to center into who you are. And so in this frequency we're in right now, I want you to remember, just make a little note to yourself that the next time you're feeling stress, whatever that means to you, that you're going to sit, remember to sit, remember to breathe, and just remember to just quieten, if you can, your mind. And that's sometimes the hardest thing in the world to do, because that's the first thing we do, is we have these thoughts that take over. The thoughts lead to, and it could be where it was an emotion that triggered it, and the emotion gets the thoughts going, and the thoughts get the feelings and the memories, and all those kick in. Before you know it, you're just a bunch of memories of remembering how you typically react in those situations. So stress, let's talk about that again. What causes stress? We have stress on the job from deadlines, timelines, from the need to, the wanting to perform, or the feeling of being judged. All those things add to stress. We have big events, maybe a big event literally, where you're organizing or responsible for or hosting an event. You may have things that are happening within that space, which might be moving your facility, relationships, people moving in and out of jobs, new bosses, new people. It could be a change in lifestyle, a relocation. All these things add what we call stress. Some of it is good, some of it is bad. We usually think of stress as bad, but there's stresses, the way they describe it is, stress is anything that disrupts your equilibrium. That's how I would fashion that thought. So first, understanding stress. Is it good? Is it bad? It's not really good or bad, but what it is if you know about your body is best when it's in a relaxed state. If you know about the law of attraction, your body is the best when you're in your positive space, because then you attract what you're thinking about, how you're behaving, how you're acting. So how do we maintain this state? How do you actually navigate life? Because life is made of all these things that happen, right? Life is made of experiences, and it's always moving. So that's one of the reasons why I created the Be CEO of You 90-day program that launched earlier this year, and we're now ramping up to have the new program start in 2 weeks, like Monday, June 30th. What is important to do with handling stress is to understand yourself. So, to be self aware is the key thing. And the other part of being self aware is to be able to focus on what it is you want. So, when we have stress, the reason why we need to be able to get ourselves positioned to handle stress in the best way we can, and in being able to handle stress, it's what I call being able to control you, to be able to be CEO of you, to put aside anything that's extraneous to what it is, where it is you want to go. And it could be people talking at you, it could be people telling you what you can or cannot do, it could be people who are asking you to do things that you don't want to do. But how do you stay focused on where it is you want to go? And that is what I call being able to be a better CEO of yourself. Stress is important to understand, because when you are stressed and you can't get yourself out of stress, it affects your health in big ways. So, what was that statistic I gave earlier? That 55% of leaders report high or extreme levels of stress, of which 62% is work related. When that happens, your whole body gets into a state of flight and fight. And when that happens, a lot of times at night, the wee hours of the night when you should be sleeping restfully, allowing your body to heal, your mind is so agitated by what is not working at work that you can't sleep. And then what happens? People reach for meds. And then the meds end up making you feel like you're half asleep when you're awake, because that's some of the side effects. And then if you can't sleep, what does that affect? It affects other parts of your body. It also can cause your body to react with, for example, ulcers and so forth. So what I'd like to say here is there is an alternate way of handling stress. There is another way, a rational way too, which is to take a look at what you have on your plate. Because for me, the reason I didn't like the word stress is I figured stress is a result of not feeling your ability to be able to cope with what's coming at you. A lot of times, in my experience, it's because your ability to prioritize has gone out the window. Why? Because there's so many things coming into your space that it's hard to determine what critical thing, when they're all important, which one comes first. So there's a way to look at this, and that is to prioritize all these things on your plate with a tool that I introduce in my program that I call the What's on Your Plate tool. And it allows you to look at all those things that are coming at you. And once you start to realize what is really the highest priority, what is secondary, what is tertiary, what maybe you have precedents, things that come first and things that come later. You have things that you can prepare for to reduce the risk of certain things. If you're worried about something, well, how do I prevent or make it less likely for that thing to happen? These are all things that can reduce your level of stress without you having to take, to actually go down the deep end. If you can stop yourself, breathe, and say, okay, why am I stressing out? What is it that's a primary reason? And it could be that there's an emergency, and that's a very good reason to stress out. Could be that there is something really catastrophic happening, and you're in this mode, and that's fine. That's a way. That's what happens in life. But if it's something smaller, where it's maybe something emotionally charged, which sometimes the little things that are emotionally charged actually cause the greatest stress, because it's just, we are human. We react emotionally to things, especially when they're triggers. And so, again, how do you understand yourself? Do you understand what your triggers are? And I know this is a lot of things to be covering all at once. So, anybody, if you want to show me, am I losing you? I can see you on the screen. Am I losing anybody right now, or are you okay?
Okay.
You're okay? Okay, good. So now, so when you get a handle on what it is, when I say you, there's a reason why you want to understand yourself. Is the more you understand yourself, the more, if you're having those little things that emotionally get you charged and reacting and out of your equilibrium, your state of being feeling centered, what that means is that you may not, if you were to understand yourself better, you could perhaps find a way to lessen that reaction by doing certain things. One is looking at it, and there's different ways of clearing that reaction, of getting centered on how to deal with that situation, or recruiting. One of the things I talk about in my book, you actually have a process of, if somebody is toxic in your area, to find ways to be not so much in their presence, and to distance yourself a bit. That whole thing about surround yourself with people who uplift you, people who make you feel good, people who are supportive. And when you are able to do that, then it makes everything less stressful, if you want to use that stress word. So uh, I've been talking a bit now. I'm just wondering, are there any questions or clarifications that you have for me? None? For today, what I thought I would do is, for you who showed up, there will be a special gift of appreciation, which is going to be what I call a sparkle activation. It's an audio recording, and not very long, but if you find yourself going into a stress state, what you can do is just play it and just be with it and see what happens. If you pop your email address into the chat, then I'll be able to send that to you. And if you actually listen to the replay and you'd like to receive that audio, do the same thing. Just email info@mentormem.com, and I'll be happy to send you that audio sparkle activation recording. And that, again, it is a frequency, and it is sparkle, and it's not just the words. It's a whole reset of your state. So on that note, anybody here, would you like a sparkle? I can see if you would like a sparkle. So we can do a sparkle segment. I see a nod there. Okay. And also, what I'd like to just say here is, if you'd like to learn more about the BCEO of You 90-day program, uh, I'll put a at the end of the video replay, I will put the website on there, which is bceoofyou.com, and also I'll put it in the chat right now for those of you who are on the call. So uh, what we're going to do now is, if you would, get again into a comfortable space, and if you could put in the chat what your level of your stress, what you think, if you use this word stress, what level of stress are you at right now from a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is very, very high and 1 is pretty much non existent? What is your level of stress right now? Before we go into the sparkle segment. Okay, so if you will, just get seated comfortably again and get centered and close your eyes, if you will, and just allow yourself to breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings, and all the energy from the heavens. Just see this beautiful white light, bluish, whitish, maybe gold, sparkling, and just see that coming down through your crown chakra at the top of your head and just going everywhere it needs to go in your body, wherever it needs to go. Just feel that energy circulating. Allow it to go wherever it needs to go, bringing light, healing, nutrients, whatever it is needed to all the cells in your body. Just feel that energy. And then allow, as you breathe out, everything that isn't serving you to go out through the window, out through the door, out through into the universe. So it takes away everything that's not of love, light, and goodness. Takes it away from you. And allow it to go, whatever wants to go down the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own crystal. Allow it to go there where it can be cleansed and have grounded Mother Earth healing energy added to that beautiful energy that's now getting cleansed, ready to come back up through the cord, or the cord at the bottom of your foot, to join this beautiful cosmic energy from the heavens. Just feel that beautiful energy moving through you. Allow it to move. Breathe out all the stress, all the tension. Release it. Allow whatever it is that's bothering you. Anything that anybody has left you with, that's left you concerned, just allow that to go out through the window, out through the door, out through the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own special crystal. Just allow your body to absorb all the energy and light and love and healing that it needs. Just allow it to move beautifully. Breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings. All the miracles. Know that you are enough. Know that you are beautiful. Allow yourself to let go of any regrets, sorrows, grief, frustration, concerns. Just allow them to go out through the window, out through the door, or through down the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own special crystal. Okay, so that's your tune up for today on the Sparkle Experience Show. So, anyone have anything to report? Noticing anything shifts or any difference? So I hope you have a really nice rest of day. I hope you got some perspectives on how to handle stress that maybe is a little different than what you thought of before in terms of dealing with stress. And again, I welcome you to check out Be CEO of You, the program. We cover tools and other energetic ways to handle all the things in life so that you can be more in tune with who you are and achieve your goals and dreams with understanding yourself better, and also in having a way to discern intuitively where it is you need to go. And so, with that, I'm going to say good night and have a really nice rest of evening until the first Wednesday of the month when we'll be back again. Have a good night. Bye for now.
Good night.
Good night.